Hello everyone and welcome back to Virtual Reality Game Dev Ed. In this video I'm going to get into MonoDevelop as I said I was going to in the last one, however I ran out of time. This is where we left off exactly. We have our little character here, and what we want to do is make this little tail here follow him a little bit different than these items here. If we click play right now, we are going to leave behind our tail, and that's not at all what we want to do. We definitely want these tails, these little cubes to follow him, but we don't want them attached to the body like we did the arms and legs. We actually want these to follow him a little bit differently. So what we are going to do is select your front one, come up here to Component, go down to the camera controller, because what we're looking for is this smooth follow script. This is a really neat script, but one problem is if we click play right now, well, first of all we have to set it a target. We want to make the target the cube body. Okay. And if we click play right now, well, we don't see it anywhere. It's way up there. That's not at all where we want it to be. It is following it, if you see. However, not at all where we want it to be following it. We want it to follow kind of where we put it to begin with. So, let's actually change that script a little bit. Go ahead and right click this, remove that component, okay, and then minimize this, close this too. Right click in here and create a new folder. I'm going to go ahead and call this one My Scripts. Okay. Then right click on this folder and create a new JavaScript. Okay. Now, this I'm actually going to name My Smooth Follow. You can name it whatever you like, it doesn't matter. Okay. Now, we see a little preview of what it is. It's very blank and empty. And that's not quite what we want. But now we get into MonoDevelop. So double click on it and just wait a second. It takes a little minute to load because it is another program that it's opening up. And we see the beginning of MonoDevelop. MonoDevelop is very nice and easy to work with. We see a few other scripts pop up. We don't need any of those. Go ahead and delete this first of all. Okay, now we actually need to go ahead and open up the original smooth follow script. So we want to close the character controller folder and open up the scripts folder, go under camera scripts, and we see the smooth follow. Double click on that, wait a little bit, and it will open it up in Unity. Now we see that smooth follow script. Okay. What I want to do is go ahead and select all of this, keep all the notes and everything. I'll explain what everything is with all of that. Just copy everything. I just press Control C. You can copy it however you want. There are copy options right up there. And I want to go ahead and paste this in my smooth follow script. Now, what we are going to do, first of all, we don't want the distance to be so far. We want to actually just change this variable to say 0.5. and then we want the height to be 0. Okay. Now, go ahead and save that as is, and let me explain a little bit of what's happening here. Okay, first of all, I mentioned these notes. This is another way of doing the note. Just like these double dashes, everything between the star and this allows you to press enter and have a whole bunch of text. Everything before this will be nulled, just as everything after this is nulled. Okay? So, what we have here first, these variables will show up in our inspector. That way we can edit them without actually coming into the script like this. However, this is where our actual command is. A function is a basic form of command. Everything that's a function shows, it has all kinds of different commands. Late update specifically updates just after the game loads, after everything else. The most common one you see is the update function. Update actually updates, activates this script 30 times per second. That's once per frame. That's the frames play 30 times a second. So your update function, you use that if you want something constant, for instance, like the character movement. That's in the update function because we want that to be constantly running. The late update function happens right after the original update. And these functions are actually preset by Unity. Inside here we created a couple more variables that don't get shown in the inspector because we're just using them inside this function. This is what's happening with our late update. Basically, it's telling it to change the position of the object to follow the object that we have it set to. So, this nice piece right here, this actually adds the script to the scripts menu up here as we saw earlier with the regular smooth follow. Okay. Now we get to see a bit of the problems. This little thing tells us all of the problems with our script. We have a bunch of little notes coming up. Let's go back into our script and finish it and go ahead and make it right. Okay. Ah, yes, that's what I forgot. I need to pick this stuff up. From here, copy all of this and go ahead and put it at the very top. Now it will work right. Once it turns green, it's nullified. All of this between these two objects makes it null. So, save that. And then we come back over to Unity. And we see that cleared right out. Perfect. So, under components, under my scripts, we have it right there. So, I want to take my smooth follow and put it on. You don't have to drop it down here. You can actually literally just put it right on the object too. That's another way to do it, and you see my proper variables came up right. We want to take our cube body and attach it to the cube tail front. Then select your cube tail back, put my smooth follow or whatever you named it on there, and take the cube tail front and make it follow, or make the cube tail back follow the cube tail front. Okay, now let's go ahead and click play and see how it looks. Yep, now we're following it. It's a little too close, so we'll go back into our script and edit it a little bit. Okay, we want to make this then, make the distance about 1. Click save. Go ahead and go back to Unity. Click play again. And now our tails are doing about kind of sort of what we want to do. Again, let's make this little one come a little bit closer. So just change it right here because we want the same scripts there. We just want it to act a little different. Let's go ahead and change it to 0.5. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll leave that normal. Let's change this one back to 0.5, like that. And on the front one, we will change it to 1. And now let's click play. And now we see our tails acting kind of nice. Isn't that cool? Okay. Push them right off the edge. Haha, that's fun. Okay. And that is your very first introduction of MonoDevelop and how this works. We see all kinds of notes about what everything is doing. That's wonderful. Most programmers leave everybody notes. Always good stuff. Very nice to work with. So we will see these green lines a lot. You can actually change the color code if you're used to a different color code for, you know, whatnot too. But that's not something we're going to be doing. We're just going to go ahead and leave these color codes the way they are. So that is where I will go ahead and end this video. We have a nice tail. All right. We'll see you next time.